What kind of, so you kind of gave people a pretty good idea of your idea of financial freedom. Did that kind of tie into being health conscious? Did one have to do with the other, or kind of just one day?
I mean, I have actually a long list of it's not that long of life improvements where I write what I did or what I tried or whatever, and then in one column and then the other column I just write the date, the month, and the year. So I don't know, it's like the chicken or the egg. I feel like I'm trying to always get better with my health, wealth, whatever, and I don't know which one came first, but I think it's more of just a mindset. There's always room for improvement, however minor. Yeah, I can't really say if it's I think it's just an overall mindset. So there's the financial aspect, there's the health aspect. There are people that have their finances in order, financial freedom, and then they're obese. And not for any, genetic or injury reason, they weren't in bed for years. I'm talking about they literally just go to McDonald's, 3 times a day. That's their breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then they whatever it is, and they buy deep fried Oreos, shaved on ice cream. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, and then like that's what they eat. That's their diet. And then you have the opposite where someone's literally like the most in shape personal trainer, and they're up to their arms in credit card debt because they have 2 vacation homes. So it's not always one correlate. It's not always correlated, but I do feel, and I have nothing to back this up. I just feel like if you're very in control of your finances, that will spill over into other aspects of your life. And if you're very in control of your health, that'll also spill over into other aspects of life because
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of counter to be financially well and then be sick 3 times a week or not be able to walk up the stairs or
Mm-hmm.
then on the other side it's also odd to have a six pack and not eat candy or baked goods but then swipe your credit card until it's maxed on you know cable on videos on movies on demand. I mean, it's just it's hard for me to understand how those two can coexist in someone. So for me, it kind of just follows logically.
Yeah, because I think it's a regimented thing. It's an idea of being disciplined, and you usually so like you're saying, man. Like sometimes one doesn't connect with the other. But if somebody's very health conscious, they get up early in the morning, they go to the gym, they eat well, they get a good night's rest. I think for most of those people, if they're very disciplined and it's a lifestyle for them, not just some fab diet for 60 days and then they go
Right.
back to their shit, but if they can really stick to it and it becomes more of an interest. It's a thing that they genuinely enjoy. Once you can get to that area of enjoyment where you love lifting weights or you love running, you like jogging, you like yoga, calisthenics, whatever it is that gets you going, it'll become less of a job and eventually something that you'll love to do because you can see this light at the end of the tunnel if you're not initially in that shape. And then once you get to that goal, and most people are never happy. You can have the nicest six pack, you can have great muscles, you can have a great ass, whatever it is. And a lot of people are insecure, me included. I'm sure I can speak for you, and that's we all have our insecurities, but there is definitely a level of confidence you can have with you can get to a certain point physically and emotionally where you're like, I feel very good,
Yeah.
and you always want improvements, but generally I do think the two correlate. I do think when you're very health conscious and you care a lot about keeping yourself healthy, and that goes for emotional health as well, that'll generally spill over to financial wellness and health because you can say, okay, well, I feel good now. I look good and I feel good. I want to be able to have the finances to continue that because it's a very versatile, well-rounded idea of comfort and happiness. So when people have one or the other, it's kind of sad to me because it's like, well, if you can take that discipline from one aspect of your life and use it as a tool for the other, you're golden. It's not to say that you won't have certain issues, but far fewer than your average person.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I just before this podcast, I went to the gym in our building, and it was a slog. It was not enjoyable. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
It was not. It was rough. I mean, I did it. I went through it because I knew like these days come and go, and so usually I'm pumped. Usually I enjoy it, but this was rough. But I knew that if I didn't do it, I wouldn't feel good either. So it was kind of like buckle down, just finish it. You'll be happy you did it, even if it's not 110%. Even if you did it at 70% or 80%. Like I did not max out. I did not I did not get a typical workout in, but I knew I needed to do it because it was just part of it.